That was a fucking strange screen I was looking at then. Oh well. Hi. Before I forget. Hello. We are getting ourselves ready. We are. I've replaced the busted clamp on the old, which was this one, right hand. Yes, I've replaced it. So now, obviously, I'm using it with one of these. You see, because you are the one that's got busted. I'm afraid, because you're on the right hand side of it. Like a monkey, I actually opened the back doors and forgot that the camera was on the actual hinge. Now, yes, you probably think to yourself, how can you forget that you've got the camera on the hinge when you've just been doing your video? Well, yeah, it's me. I honestly could forget my nuts if they weren't in a sack. It's really true. It's just one of those things. It happens. Your mind just wanders, and you're doing something. Because I was going to take the cameras off after I finished fettling, but of course you need to take the cameras off first. But hey, whatever. Come on, let's go and put you on. New clamp you are. New. Fucking new. You ain't now. Well, you are. Well, as a matter of fact, you are a new clamp, aren't you? Because if you think about it, you was busted the first time round and you got busted the second time round. That's that size. So I'll put you there for a sec. I'm going to get you sorted out. Yeah, need to unwind the hinge. La-di-da. I keep saying that. Unwind the clamp, not the hinge. The hinge is up there. This is the clamp, not the fucking hinge, you dopey cow. Right, there we go. Perfection. So these are really cool, these are, I like these. Nice and solid. Yeah. De-wonk it because it was on the wonk. Do it a bit further out, I reckon. Too far down those. Right. Let's have a look. Yeah, no, I think that'll do. That'll do nicely. It would be nice if there was some sort of formula, you know, that you could use to get the cameras in the right place every single time. That would be really cool, that would. Unfortunately, it never works that fucking well. Tight. I've got to fasten these straps up and all. Yeah, I think that's alright. Not bad, that. Must get me gloves. Got to get me gloves, cause I gotta fucking put the buckles on, which I forgot to do. Nice new gloves, yes. The other ones are fucking scrap. Covered in grease, holes in them. So it's time to buy some new ones. I think that'll do. What do you say? Yeah, I'll do that, Will. It's fine, that is. Oh, we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. La 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 la, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Oh no. I'm an entertaining instrument, ain't I? Oh, yeah. Keeping you kids happy. Putting a smile on your face. Just making sure. Put that belt on. Like so. Do that. That's fine. Turn you around to around about. I think that'll do, that will, nicely. Are you ready, boys and girls? Shall we, let's just get rid of these, because these tend to glare and screen, don't they? It's not fun. We seem to see objects. Oh, I better flip the phone over as well, because that'll end up doing something that it shouldn't be doing. And, while I'm at it, no interruptions. Bellissimo. Yes. We are up in sunny Scunny. And believe it or not, fuck off, I was off. And believe it or not, it is sunny Scunny. It's sunny. It's got that real high mist in the clouds, like as though it's in the clouds. In the atmosphere. Can I call it that? I think I should, shouldn't I? It just seems very hazy up above. But, you know, we might see some sunshine. I'm hoping we can see some sunshine anyway. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? It is bright. There was a lot of fog this morning now. I mean, I bet most of you have got up and seen a lot of fog. I know I did. But it wasn't low on the ground fog. It had already travelled up, so visibility was perfectly fine. There's no problem with it. Awesome. Look at that, eh? 1 o'clock in the afternoon on this wonderful Tuesday. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful it is. Absolutely beautiful. 28th of March 2017. I've got to let you know, haven't I? I have to do it. So. We are 20 days, yes, count them, 20 days away from my birthday. Which means I will be an even more of an older fucker, you know what I mean? So, not looking forward to that. See, the thing is, right, I'm now over that hump and I, which means I'm getting closer to... I can't even say the fucking age. It's just not even fucking... No, I ain't gonna say it. It's just horrible. Absolutely horrible. Can we go? Okay, I'm going. Ours are going this way, right around the island. Now I'm going this way, coming off the island. Yes, so 20 days to go, but I'll be working that day because apparently Easter week or whatever it is falls on my birthday this year. It doesn't happen very often, but you know, this year it is. So there you have it. But I'll be working. It's a bank holiday, so I'll be working it. You must earn as many pennies as you can, especially if I've got to try and replace some of these bloody cameras. I went to, first of all, after busting my frigging camera, I went, well, it's not the camera, just the housing, that's what broke. When I broke that and the clamp, I had to get another one. Because I finished it early enough, I went off to Calais first. They said, no, we don't care. They said, well, where's it does? They got a GoPro, blah, 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 blah. So obviously I went down there, and asked the question. No, we don't do them no more, so we don't make them. You can buy them off the GoPro store online, but we don't have them in stock. I'm like, well, why not? There's still bound to be X amount of gazillion people out there that own a 3 Plus, or even just a Stand Hero, whichever of design, that may need a new case, well, a new housing. No? Fucking hell. It's a shame with the Hero 5s, and as some of my subscribers have been telling me, and like, because I'm like, how can this be any good? There's no housing. What about the lens cover? I mean, if that gets damaged, but apparently they actually do come off, which is a good thing. So you can actually buy replacements to the actual lens covers. That's a good thing. And I tell you what though, heavy, bloody hellfire. They got some right weight in them. So yeah. I don't know where the weight comes from, but they are bloody heavy. Compared to that and the Hero, it's like a brick in your hand. Now, I don't know whether it's a sign of quality or what, I don't know, but who knows. But if it's all made of like something really solid, like I can imagine the housing being made of a solid block of aluminium, and all the other bits and gubbins fit inside it, and the lens clips on it, and like, yeah, you know what I mean, don't you? But it's bloody heavy though. Good grief, it's heavy. Heavier than what I was expecting anyway. But still, in saying that though, at 400 quid for the Hero 5, that's a lot of money, that is. Bloody enough. And I've got 4 GoPros that I use. So that means I've got to find 1,600 quid to replace them all, which, when you think about it, no matter whether it'll be the Hero 6 next or the fucking Hero 10, eventually these cameras are going to fail, right? They are going to fail, they're going to wear out. It's just inevitability. There's nothing you can do about it. But to think that I'm going to be forking out that kind of money, I mean, yeah, I know eventually the price will come down, but they won't come down a fat lot. I mean, maybe next year they might come down to around about 300 quid instead of 400 quid, like, you know what I mean? But they'll have the next generation out, which will be like some of the Hero 22 or something soft. I don't fucking know. But yeah, a little bit out of my reach at the moment. But I will be needing some new ones though eventually. I really will. What to do, what to do. You'll have to just leave me some suggestions down in the comment box below. Tell me what you think. What do I do? Short of pimping myself out, I can't think of anything else. Unless I win the lottery. I don't know. I just know fucking football traffic. Football traffic. Oh well. For what match, I wonder? Not that I'm bothered. As long as you don't interfere with me going home, I don't care. Yes. I mean, when they brought out the Hero 4 Black, that was knocking on the frigging 400 quid mark. So I suppose if you think of it that way, it's on par with that, because that was 350 quid. It's making me feel ill talking about all this fucking money that I got. Good grief. Oh, I don't know. I might have to stick it on frigging what's the name? Might I have to get me one of those Patreon websites or something and do it that way, and have you guys can help me out. I don't know. It all depends. I mean, you might not want to. You might go, "Oh, I ain't doing that for you. You scumbag. You're doing a driving job." You know, I have thought about it. You know, I'm still. I have thought about it, having a Patreon page, and you know, having a bit of help off you guys. But I don't know. It just feels weird. I see them. Don't get me wrong. I see a lot of channels out there. They have like certain things. There's a GoFundMe that you can do. There's the Patreon, there's the starter. I mean, there's all sorts of things you can do to generate money. But I feel weird. It just makes me feel weird. I don't know. I keep looking at the idea and umming and ahhing about it. I'm like, I don't know. I just don't fucking know. I just don't know. I don't know what to do. I know a couple of you have said that, yeah, go on, go for it, like, but I do think it's a lot to ask, to be honest. I really do. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm doing my job right now. I'm driving. This is my job. I get paid for. This, what I'm doing for you lot, is a bonus side of doing this job. You know what I mean? So I get to talk to you lot as well. We'll have a bit of a chat and we talk about all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff. Some of it completely nonsense. Other things just, you know, are like, what the fuck is he on about? But there is that as well. But I mean, it entertains a bunch of people, an eclectic bunch in a sense, if you like. But to think that, you know, see, I look at it like it's like asking for a handout. Don't you think so? I mean, I do. I think it is, because it just comes across that way. I don't know. I just don't know. I have donated to certain things, like, I mean, there's a site online that does computer programs, and there's a specific program that they make, and they don't, it's a free, it's a open source thing, but it's obviously they generate money by donations. And because the program was a pretty cool program and I enjoyed it and I would use it, I donate. It's not difficult. You know what I mean? Can I? Oh no. It's a continuation, Jace. Read the fucking sign. Yeah, so I don't know. I have asked before, you know I've asked before, but I ask you guys to give me some sort of coaching in that, you know, respect, I suppose. I just don't know. I just don't fucking know. But other than that, though, I mean, I've got to order. I have ordered 2 more cases. I have got 2 cases already, but they're like, because of them being the non-mech version, right? I'm not 100%. What's the word? Sure, I suppose. Is that what I'm looking for? Something like that. I don't trust them to that. You know, I just feel that I'm setting myself up for disaster somewhere. I don't know, but either so. I mean, I have been very trusting of these clamps I've got on the back of the trailer, but you know me, I don't just pick any old shit. I have to look into it first and have a good old snib it, and then you take that tippy toe step, don't you? You know what I mean? Just to go, right up, we're gonna have to do it, fuck it, and then, you know, and you try it and it'll either fail or it don't fail. It just depends, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things. But you try your best to pick the better version of whatever you need that's going to do the job you're obviously asking it to do. I mean, the older clamps I used to use, the one that's on here now, I used to have them outside, like, and when I first bought them, they were very flimsy around the joints, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, ugh. I did try it the very first time, but I was just, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, nah, that ain't fucking right, that ain't. So I had to end up with those particular clamps, reinforcing them. Whereas these here, them a proper job, them are. Yeah, they do the job. But I've got to order myself a couple more now. I've got 1 spare. That's what I've got left, is 1 spare. So I've got to get another couple more. but it is the softest thing, right? Buying those, they do come with a elaborate amount of attachments with that particular clamp, but you have to spend 14 quid. So that's 15 quid now. 30 quid I got to fork out realistically. It's 14.99 plus your packaging. So it's 30 quid plus I got to fork out now for another 2. Because you have to have spare stuff, else I have come to the point before where something's happened and then I'm knackered, I can't do anything because it's broke and I've got no spares. It's annoying. Fucking annoying. But hey, such is the life. I mean, you have to put up with these things. I've got rakes and rakes of little attachments, brackets, shafts, extensions. I've got loads of different parts and things to accessorise the cameras, like, you know, and put them into place. I've got on the back, they've got right angled brackets on there as well as the actual camera, the mount, you know, and extensions and twisty bits and flappy bits, and oh, I love it. But you do it to get the best out of it, you know what I mean? You don't just throw it together. You got to try and find things and make it the best it possibly can be, and that's what I come up with. And I think that does it really well. You know what I mean? I could overtake this dude, but do you know what? I can't be bothered. I just can't be arsed. The roadworks will end soon anyway, so we'll be fine. See how it's still got the haze across the fields over there. Mad, innit? Oh, and by the way, being as I'm going back to the yard, I hope you're ready for a bit of a long one, because this is going to be a good 2.5 hours. I mean, I'll be surprised if the back cameras last that long. Not as in go flat, I'm on about the space. Because they only hold X amount of time. I've got to get some new ones, some new cards. I want some bigger ones. Same as these. These are 64. I've got to get... See? There we go again. I'm fucking spending more. Spending even more money. And the problem is, right, you can go online. I know this. You can buy the cheap ones off there. But if you don't get the specific ones for the camera, they don't play very well. And they don't last as long, and they get fucked up and what else. So it's not worth it. You just got to bite the bullet and buy the ones you know they're going to do the job. They're expensive. I think they're about, I don't know, 25 quid. I think they were. I can't remember what she was. The original ones I bought, they were $29.99 for 32 gig. I think they were the same because they were SanDisk. But the annoying thing about it is that you stick the SanDisk into your computer, and for some unknown reason, Windows goes, you got to format it first. Why? I've just recorded on the fucking thing. It doesn't need formatting. But we want to format it. I want to take the shit off the fucking card first. Ooh. So you take the shit off the card by going through the camera, so you have to plug the camera into the computer so you can pull it all off, which is a pain in the arse as well because it's slow. But for some unknown reason, whether I think it's because they're old, the cameras now, I think it might be because of that. They do tend to like just switch off halfway through transferring the data, and like, what the fuck are you doing? So you have to turn it back on again and carry on that way, like, you know. So yeah, but anyway, when you stick the card in, the 64 gig card in the computer, Windows go, right, we're going to format it, but we're only going to format it at 27 gig. I'm like, no you're not, fuck that shit off, it's a 64 gig card. Well, I'm telling you now, it's only going to be 27 when I'm finished with it. But why? Why? It's 2017, it's Windows 10, for shit's sake, and you can't differentiate between a fucking 2 gig, 4 gig, 8 gig, 128 gig card. What the fuck, people? I mean, come on. What the hell? Why do you need to format it in the first place? You shouldn't need to. You should be able to go, alright, that's a SanDisk, blah blah blah, job's a good one. Shouldn't need fettling with, it's perfectly fine as it was out the bag. Fucking unbelievable. So you have to have that to deal with. So obviously now, when I transfer the stuff, I have to go through the camera. Plug the camera into the computer and transfer it that way. But like I have hassles of it going, boom, fuck, you have to turn it back on again. Make sure you've got, because it will have transferred so much, then you check that, but oh, it's never ending, it really is. The hassle is just never ending. But the fun part is actually putting the video together when you're sitting in front of your computer and you stick it all together and you're playing away with it and you see things that you don't notice while you're actually doing it, like I'm doing now. There'll be things on here that I'll notice later and I'll go, look at that twat. You know what I mean? There'll be things like that. If you cast your mind back, probably either last year or May, what are we on, 17, could have been early last year, or it may have been late 2015, I can't really remember now, but I come down here, if you remember, and as I exited the 181, turning left onto the 18, no, sorry, correction. As I exited the 180, turned left onto the 18, there was a doobie Ferkit who whacked my camera on the back of my trailer because he came over the fucking hatchings like a bellend. Do you remember that one? Huh? Just look for another video that says from Scunthorpe to wherever. It'll be on there somewhere. If you're a newcomer, have a look. Yes. I thought I'd actually lost it. I thought, that's it. Ta-da! See you later. It's gone. Like, I thought it had just gone. When I finally pulled off at the services, it was like hanging up round the back of the door, facing up in the air, like sort of thing. And so it was quite cool actually. The footage that I got off it was really cool from that point. And then I repositioned it, put it back on again, and off we went. Yes. Sometimes you do catch certain stuff. But the advantage of having these cameras visible, you tend not to get morons around you. They tend to avoid you. So if you want an arsehole-free day, just stick camera on the back of your vehicle. Unless you purposely out there to catch the arseholes, you know what I mean? But me personally, I'd rather just leave me alone and just get on with their own day. And I can just get on my mind, like, you know. But, yeah. Sometimes. I still can't believe that it's still foggy. 1:25 and you've still got it in the fields. It's nuts, that is. I didn't think it'd clear, you know. I really didn't. I thought, that's going to stay all day, that is. It's just too cold, it won't lift. And because of it being covered and it's, you know, it's keeping the cold in, the sun ain't given itself a chance to warm the planet up. Ooh, well, not this part of the planet anyway. Yeah, well, those bales of hay have been there as long as I can fucking remember. They just never seem to move. They collapse as the time goes along, like they don't seem to move. And if it just got fed up with them, just never bothered with them, just left them there. Doesn't make you wonder, does it? And before you watch this video, right? Oh, hang on. Yeah, you've already watched the other one, haven't you? Because you just keep up with the day. That little drive down the brand new section of the A556 was awesome. Oh, and I am very verbal about it as well, so if you haven't watched that yet, which you should have done by now, well, that was fun. I enjoyed that. I like going down new roads. New roads are cool. Now, I'm not going to flash this dude in because look at the signs. I don't know whether he wants to go that way or that way. He can make his own mind up. As we approach the island of the M18 and the M18 and the M180, that's what I'm after. That's the fucking number. I keep getting muddled up for some reason. I don't know why. But slow it down just a wee bit. See, as I come round here that day, right, and got twatted, I come round here nice and steady, as I am now. I'm not going mad. And this bit here, he's coming that way, and he cut across these hatchings here. He didn't drive down, he cut straight across the top part. Bang! With his mirror on the side of my trailer, which caught the camera. Oh, why? Why did you do it? What are you trying to do? Stay in your own fucking lane, you numpty. Hey ho. Whatever. Such is life. You know, with it being only coming up for 1:30, we may have a reasonable drive back with little fucking about, which would be rather nice to just, you know, drive on. Now stop starting with traffic, because last Friday was enough traffic for anybody for the rest of their life. Now that we're on the M18, way back when, I heard that there was rumours that they was going to update this motorway and change this to a 3-lane. Then it was, now they're going to make a separate section of the road and move it over, which they didn't do. But they did put a new road in, which is that one over there that goes off through that midpoint place where it is, or something to that I point, is it, or something like that? I don't fucking know. There's a new section of junction 3 of the M18. I think if ever there's a road that needs to be refettled, or at least a section of that road, is definitely the A1M from junction 35 up to 41. Yeah, that needs to be done seriously. Bag of Ossin wank that section is. I hate it. It's horrible. I hate going up it. I hate going down it. You know what I mean? It's like you can never predict what happens going down that section or up it. You're either going to be fine and no problems at all, or you're going to get stuck in shit. Watch this now, ready? Okay. If you're getting off at this junction, dude, why don't you just stay where you were? I mean, you are actually right up the back door of that truck in front. Oh no, you haven't taken it now, are you? Oh, okay. You strange person. Oh, I'm not saying anything. I'm going to keep my thoughts myself. that'll do. Oh dear. On the 31st of this month there is a new film coming out, which is Ghost in the Shell, or is it Shell in the Ghost? Hang on. Ghost in the Shell, I think it is. I'm looking forward to that. I had a look this weekend to see if there was anything decent to go and see, but there wasn't anything that took my fancy. I looked at Beauty and the Beast and I thought, I would look rather strange on my own sitting there watching Beauty and the Beast, wouldn't I really? I do fancy the idea, like, I mean, I bet it's a cool film to watch. I can't see it being bad, but, you know, you'd rather have somebody sitting with you, like, you know, not a nice bit of totty there, you know. Totty. That's a fucking old word, isn't it? A bit of totty. Where'd that come from? Oh, for fuck's sake. Whatever. But you know, it's just, you take your lady friend to see something like that, don't you? You know what I mean? It's like chick flicks. Most men will go, oh, I don't watch chick flicks, but I'm like, secretly they fucking do, mate. I'm telling you, they're liars. I'm honestly now. They're lying at their arseholes. There's nothing better than a good old rom-com or a romantic drama. Chick flicks are awesome. They're fun. They're interesting. Don't get me wrong, I like my action stuff. I don't really like horror films. They never used to bother me until Hostile, but I'll give up with them. They got boring because it was like, it's the same crap. I don't get... Now a thriller, a psychological thriller that may have a bit of gore in it, then yes, I can, because it's got like something to think about. I mean, I can always say that realistically, Saw, the first one and possibly the second one, were okay. Well, there was good film, but when they just went stupid. They just went fucking stupid. Yeah, take Friday the 13th for argument's sake. First film was okay, it was great. They went ridiculous. Nightmare on Elm Street, brilliant. Then they went ridiculous. That's my opinion, by the way. I mean, you might disagree with me. I will say this though. I think it was the third film of Nightmare on Elm Street, which was the Dream Warriors, I think that was called. Now, I actually enjoyed that one. That was like, oh, a sequel that was all right, like, you know. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, for argument's sake, Conjurer and Conjurer 2. Them are alright, ain't they? They've got some sort of psychological bit of thriller to them. They're not gory per se, it's more of a, yeah, you got to think, it's spooky. And then them are alright, I suppose. But when it comes to just out and out blood and guts for no apparent reason, then I just don't to the point. You know, I just don't to the point in that. I prefer to see a film, if it's going to have gore, it's got to have a reason for it. If there ain't no real reason other than just to make a mess, then I just don't to the point. Am I being boring? I mean, it's just one of those things. So that's the reason why I prefer to see either a comedy, a romantic drama, an action film, a sci-fi film. Sci-fi horrors tend to be okay to a point. Like, for argument's sake, you've got Aliens, they're alright, they're great. The new breed of alien films are coming through. Event Horizon. Now, if you get a chance to see the original version of that, I seriously suggest you try that one on for size. When that first come out, fucking hell, that was absolutely unbelievable. Because there was, when it was released on DVD, no, correction, on VHS. Ha! What? Never mind. What the fuck's VHS? Shut up. Well, there was a certain scene in there which was absolutely brilliantly done, proper gory shit, like, you know. And you don't. Then they released it on whatever re-release or whatever, or director's cut, and they fucked around with some of the parts on there, and they ruined it for me. You know what I mean? But again, Event Horizon is a great film. It's gory for a reason, right? You know what I mean? So, yeah. But what put me off of horror films has got to be Hostel. It just put me off. I watched it and I'm like, what's the point? There is no actual point in this. Ugh. So, looking forward to Ghost in the Shell. Yeah, because it just looks fucking awesome. I think I might even go for a 3D version in that, because if it is done in 3D, I bet that'll be spectacular. That will be in 3D. March the 31st that comes out, so I'll have to wait to this weekend it'll be, won't it? So I'm gonna wait till Saturday. Yes, go and see that. And then when I get back, I can then start my videos, can't I, and make you lot happy. Because I've got to make you lot happy, you know. If I'm up early enough and I get a chance to actually do a video and, you know, well, at least put it together, and then it can render while I'm off watching the film, I'll do that, but there ain't no guarantees there. I don't know what else is anything else coming out available in the next few months? I'm not actually sure now. And I've seen John Wick, second chapter 2. That was cool. I enjoyed that a lot. Logan, fuck me. If ever there's a Wolverine film ever to be made, that is how it should be made. You know what I mean? That was perfect. That was flawless as far as I'm concerned. That was brilliant. It's a shame that the original X-Men films seem to, like, well, tone it down when it comes to Wolverine, like, you know what I mean? Because, yeah, that was just fucking spectacular. See, that had gore in it, but it's for a reason. Lopping arms and heads off, I mean, that's just brilliant. You know what I mean? But it was a fantastic film. If you've ever been and seen some of the sci-fi films, I mean, I went and seen a couple of months back now, Passengers and Arrival. I mean, two brilliant films. I mean, the storylines on both. I mean, for somebody to come up with a concept with Arrival of an alien species making themselves known to the human race, but not here to wipe us out. They're here for a specific reason, to ask for help. But it's, you know, well, I can't say too much in case you haven't seen it. But the story for it was brilliantly put together. That was the type of alien films that I like. They were great. It was just wow, you know what I mean? And then you got the other Passengers, where you got the moving. So many lucky human beings are being transported to a new home, many light years away, and the journey takes 130 light years. So they have to obviously be put to sleep in a cryogenic state, and somebody wakes up because of a malfunction. But again, the story behind it and the way it's put together, it's just awesome. You can imagine what it'd be like. I mean, I think the fact that he lasted just over 12 months was a bit. He could have pushed it to at least 2 years, maybe 2.5 years, not over a year. But I don't know. I mean, who's to say? What would it be like being stuck on a ship with all those people around you that are all asleep and you're the only one awake? I mean, you got the robot to talk to, I suppose. That wasn't too bad. At least there wasn't absolutely nothing. But I wonder how long it would actually last. Because the robot himself, he had a decent amount of vocabulary, you know what I mean? So it was somebody to talk to, at least. How long would you last? But anyway, you know, waking somebody else up, he picked the perfect person, I suppose. But yeah, their life was lived on that spaceship for how many years they lasted. But again, a brilliant story, great concept, and it worked really well. There has been like adverts of films coming through in 2018, but I'm trying to rack my brains. I have looked to see what's coming out this year, but I can't think. I just can't think. We'll have to wait and see if there's anything worthwhile, you know what I mean? But that's the only one I can think of at the moment, is Ghost in the Shell. And as always, I will take a picture of my ticket. There is one downfall about going to the pictures though, is that when the commercial side of it comes up, and there's the thing where you can do, text your thing, do this, and enter the quiz or whatever it is on some of the showings you get. I look at my phone and I'm looking at that, I'm thinking, I would love to do that, but there's no fucking signal in here. It's on 1.3G. What the fuck is that going to do? Nothing. Oh, I don't know. So when you're sitting in the cinema at the start of it, before it all, you know, when the commercials are on and whatever, I would like to be able to like take pictures of shit and post them on and do all that, but you can't. I have tried it a couple of times, and sometimes it fails. Well, most of the time it fails, and then there are the odd occasion when it'll actually go through, but it does take a long time to upload an image. It's a pain in the arse, really, but what can you do? There's not a lot you can do, is there really? No. You just have to go with it. And my eyes are getting sore now. This funny haze, it's like really, really to my eyeballs. It makes them sore. So unfortunately, Agent J is back out again. And being as though it's Tuesday, you've only got a couple of days left, haven't we? And then I'll be able to go and see that. Yes. So I'll have to take a picture of the ticket before I go in the bloody room, and then upload it, and then go in, and then just basically turn the fucking phone off. Which I do anyway. That's a given. I always turn my phone off when I'm inside the theatre, because it's polite. And plus as well, the freaking signal's wank. So it's pointless anyway. Yeah. Early in the morning, earliest showing I shall go to, which will probably be something like about 9 o'clock, I imagine. I prefer the early ones. I do that because then once I've watched it, I've got the rest of the day to myself, and then that's how I look at it. I don't know why. I've always liked to go early. It's because I just don't like fucking rubbing shoulders with the normos. I'm joking. I did flash him. He was obviously well paying attention. Yeah, so I'll let you know. I'll let you know what it's like on Monday. I might do a little video on the way back with my phone, or I might just take my cameras with me and stick them on and do a chat about it. I could do that, couldn't I, on my other channel, couldn't I? That's a good idea, isn't it? Today, on Could Be About Anything, I've just come out of the cinemas and watched Ghost in the Shell. So if you want any, if you don't want any spoilers, turn off now. I could that, couldn't I? It's a good idea. I might do that. Do I take one camera or two? Good question. Do I take one camera or two? Because it's not going to be really a drive along. It'll be just, it's from the other channel. So I don't really want to be doing drive alongs on that. But it could be about anything though. So there is that, isn't there? Yeah, that's an idea. My brain's starting to fucking whir now. You see the smoke coming out of my ears? Fucking hell. It's a fucking good idea, that is. I like that. Alright then. That'll be something to do for Saturday. And Sunday. Better move over because I don't want to go south. No, hang on. Correction. That's my brain working before me gob. Better move over because I don't want to go north. I want to go south. That's what it should have been like. I keep looking on eBay for a car. I haven't found one yet, but I still keep reverting back to the Ford Explorers. I do. There was one of those smart cars that the neighbour to my mum is selling one, wants 1,000 for it, and I went, what year is it and how many miles has it done? Don't know, but they found out for me, and it was a 2002 I think, and it says it's done 3,000 miles since the engine rebuild. I went, nah, scrap that. No thanks. See, as much as I'd like to have one of our smart cars, because of the older ones which are like 15 years, but yeah, 15 and 16 years old them things are, I was gobsmacked. The engines are far too small to actually have one that's second hand at a reasonable price for me, that is, but because you're knocking on 40, 50 or 50, 60, they're done. Yeah, they're like a disposable car, them things are. You just drive and then just chuck them away, you know what I mean, throw them in the skip. Which is a shame, because they are a cheap car to have, but they just don't last long enough because the engines are too small. But that's the reason why they're cheap. But if you're going to have one of those cars going up and down a motorway, they're going to be screaming their tits off doing 70 miles an hour. I mean, if you're going to drive conservative and have it say you drive at 60 or just over, I reckon it's still going to be doing what? About 4,000, 5,000 revs down the fucking... Oh no. The burn out within 5 minutes. I mean, that's the reason why I like big engines, because you can, you stick them in gear, once you're up cruising altitude, they're just ticking over. And they last forever. I mean, diesels, you have a diesel engine, they'll last forever. They just keep going, because they're big and the CCs are huge and they just seem to go forever. Now I'm curious now as to why we're all slowing down. There's no roadworks, people. This is a continuation. Fuck it off! What are you all squabbling for the same bit of track for? There's fucking 4 of them. Pick one and fuck off. Unbelievable. See, this one here can be a little bit off-putting with that sign above the road there, when you first don't realise that actually it means you can get off the A47. This road is a continuation. It doesn't mean that this one goes along the A57. Are you going to move out? What are you doing, dude? What's going on here? Because I don't know what these pair are doing. Oh, they're leaving. Ah, that's good then. Ta-ta. 8 mile fucking way. Oh, fucking bum num, num bum. Oh, fucking goo goo gloo 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 gloo. Ow. Well, isn't this pleasant on the M1 for a change? But just think, only a year ago we was driving down this particular road in queues of traffic because of the roadworks. How much of a fucking nightmare was that? And they still haven't finished that bit up there. Was it between 32, 36, something like that area? They haven't quite done that yet, have they? They haven't finished it. But if you do traverse that area, have you noticed that actually, well, you may not realise it, but if you do, just bear with me anyway for those who don't. But there's the bridge that goes between, well, it's 34, isn't it? It's the 34 section. It's like a double junction, if you like, in a sense. Really weird. With a dual bridge. It's got a upper level motorway, a lower level, the A road. But years ago, it used to be a 3-lane motorway over the bridge. And then something went on and they decided that structurally the bridge itself, because it is a 2-layered bridge, a 2-tiered one, wasn't strong enough to withstand, apparently, the weight of 3-lane traffic on the top. So for many, many years they reduced it to the 2 lanes. But it looks like they must have done some serious fettling with it, unbeknownst to myself and whoever else doesn't look underneath it, because they are now putting it back into 3 lanes. This is not new, because it was like that originally, but they're now putting it back to 3 lanes. And they're altering the northbound slip road for Meadow Hall, fucking the hard shoulder off and having that as a 2 lane still for that junction, and you'd have 3 lanes to go over the bridge, which makes an absolute bunch of sense, doesn't it? It really does. It's a brilliant idea. It's fantastic. It just makes you wonder what they've actually done to reinforce the bridge, being as though there's more traffic now than back then, because it was a long, long time ago. Long, long time ago, it used to be them call. So yeah, have they widened trusses? Have they added more? Welded bits to it? I don't fucking know. It could be anything. It'll improve the traffic flow, that's for certain fact. It really will. It does fuck all for people who are scared of heights, though. Oh dear. Really? Yeah, well, you know. Talk about heights and driving these things and what have you. The very first time that I drove down towards London in an Arctic, and the first time I went over the Dartford Bridge, that took my breath away, that did, in more ways than fucking one, because I was expecting that, and like, ooh, and I was like, I started to like grab out the steering wheel a little bit tighter, like, you know, because it was just to like, this is a bit weird, because I was driving a CF DAF, right? I was brand new. That was back then when the CF DAFs were actually made well, not like they fucking are now. They're a shit box these days. I'm on about ours. I'm on about in general that even the new ones are crap. They're not good at all. They're rubbish. They're poorly built. It's like a fucking old nowadays Skoda. But anyway, so there I am. I'm trundling up on over, and I'm looking down, thinking, "Fuck me, this is high." You know what I mean? Good gust of wind, mate, and off you go. You'd be like a fucking kite flying off the side of the bloody thing, like, you know, imagination. And but I got up and over, and it was a bit of a strange experience. Obviously now it's the whole thing about it, like, you know what I mean? But when you're brand new and you're driving one of these things, especially up in our area where it's you know, it's just subtle. You're on the ground most of the time. Yeah. I know in different countries there are bridges that are far worse than that, like, you know, but hey. So if you do, you know, come across that experience in your driving time and you find yourself, just remember there are other people out there that are going, ooh, that's a bit fucking shady, that, isn't it? Because it does, it catches you unawares, you don't expect it. Because you're looking through your window thinking, fuck me. You'll get used to it, don't worry about it, you'll get used to it. It's no big deal. But if you're anything like our lad Matt...